Hey, what's up soldiers? My name's GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 10. Today guys, we're going to be doing the top 10 things that people want brought from Mob of the Dead into Blood of the Dead in Black Ops 4. Now overall, I got a ton of different answers on Twitter, and I tried to make a top 10 list from those. We're also going to have a few honorable mentions, but this one is going to be a lot more clear cut and not as long as the other one that I made yesterday, which was the top 10 round changing music. So without further ado, before we get into it, I'm selling Zombies Extraordinaire shirts. As you can see on screen, I'm only going to be selling them for a little bit longer. So if you guys want to pick one up, make sure you do. And also, if you guys enjoy, please drop a like and subscribe if you're new. And without further ado, let's jump right into the video. Coming in at the number 10 spot is going to be the Pack-a-Punch camo. Now on Mob of the Dead, we have the Ritual camo. It's the same exact camo that we saw on Shadows of Evil as well, because they take place in the same universe. But overall, I think that it is a really cool Pack-a-Punch camo overall. And I think that a lot of fans of Mob of the Dead would really like to see that camo brought back as the Pack-a-Punch camo. They could even make a new one and change the actual camo, because in Black Ops 2, we got another Afterlife camo, and it was blue like Afterlife, but it was the same design and pattern of the Mob of the Dead Ritual camo. So it'd be really cool to see it change, maybe to a blue color. But other than that, I really like the design of the Pack-a-Punch camo as well. Coming in at the number 9 spot would be cool traps. We have the sniper tower trap, we have the blade trap or the fan trap that is like right outside the warden's office, and then we also have the acid trap in the cafeteria. So it'd be really cool if maybe they added in another section that included a different trap, but it'd be really nice to see some of those traps actually return to the map, because they were really good for taking out zombies as well. Coming in at the number 8 spot would be the Hound / Cerberus heads that were around the map. If you guys don't remember, it was how you got the Hell's Retriever and Redeemer, which we're going to be talking about later on. But a lot of people want these heads to return, and I think it'd be really cool if it was just the exact same where we got the Hell's Retriever again. But it would also be cool if it gave us something else instead, like maybe a weapon that we could upgrade. And one thing that I'm going to talk about later on is elemental upgrades, but we'll save that for the actual selection that people made. Coming in at the number 7 spot is going to be Grief. Now, a lot of people want Cell Block Grief to return. I am a huge fan of Cell Block Grief. I thought it was so good in Black Ops 2. So if they do end up returning Grief to Black Ops 4, Cell Block Grief would be absolutely amazing. Maybe we could do the mob characters versus the guards, or we could do guards versus prisoners again, or we could do like the, premise crew versus the transit crew or something like that. It'd be really cool to see something interesting like that. Let me know what you guys think about that down below. Coming in at the number 6 spot would be Electric Cherry. Now, we've only seen the Electric Cherry perk machine on Mob of the Dead, so a lot of people want that to return, and we never got an actual perk jingle. Now, they did say it's a disco perk jingle, so I'd really like to see an actual perk jingle along with the Electric Cherry machine on Mob of the Dead. That would be so good. And also, I saw a few people mention that they wanted Mule Kick and PhD Flopper on the map because they were outside on the docks before. I don't really think that's going to happen. Maybe Mule Kick, but I don't think PhD is going to be in the game, unfortunately. Coming in at the number 5 spot is Afterlife. Now, there were a couple people that said they did not want Afterlife, but a lot of people said they did. And I think that it was so unique and so good that it should be brought back. Yes, it is kind of a crutch as far as like allowing players to go down multiple times in a solo game, as it's a replacement for Quick Revive. But it would be really interesting to see if what they decide to do with that. I think that it should be brought back though, because I think it's what made the map so unique and so good in a way. So I feel like Afterlife would be really nice. Now, we did get a promotional like image saying that the premise crew was going to the purgatory realm of Alcatraz, so it might actually be the exact same as Mob of the Dead with Afterlife. Now, I don't read any leaks. There have been leaks going around about Afterlife. I didn't read them if there is or isn't, so I guess we'll have to wait and see for that one, guys. Coming in at the number 4 spot is the Golden Spork. Now, the Golden Spork was such a cool weapon. It was a one-hit knife to round 32, which was just absolutely insane. And I think those small Easter eggs are what made Mob of the Dead so good. So I'd really love to see things like that being brought back. Now, they did say, Craig Houston and Jason Blundell said it was like the Easter egg bunny went on to Blood of the Dead and just spread Easter eggs everywhere. So I'm really hoping we see this again, and even new Easter eggs would be really, really cool. Coming in at the number 3 spot would be exclusive weapons. So on Mob of the Dead, it had really, really cool exclusive weapons like the Uzi, the AK-47, the Death Machine, the M1928, not to be confused with the M1927. So it had some really, really awesome weapons. I would love to see some of those brought back into Blood of the Dead and be exclusive to Blood of the Dead. A lot of people really like the Death Machine, but my favorite personally was the AK-47. It was so good. And coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the Hell's Retriever / Hell's Redeemer. Now, these tomahawks were fantastic. They were so fun to get, and it was really, really cool because it acted as the best tactical weapon ever in zombies. It was so good. It would kill zombies pretty much infinitely if you had the Redeemer. It had infinite damage, so you could keep throwing it over and over and just keep training zombies, and it was a ton of fun to use. And the Hell's Retriever was awesome as well, and you could upgrade it to the Hell's Redeemer, obviously. Now, I personally would like to see the Hell's Redeemer a different way, where you have to get it from the box maybe, or you don't get it from doing like filling heads or anything like that. But I'm gonna get to that in the number 1 spot. But now we have 3 honorable mentions. The first one is the Icarus plane. Now, obviously, we've seen this in a few different areas, like on Shadows, on the Giant, as well as like on the roof, and I believe we saw it on Zetsubo as well. So I'd really like to see the Icarus plane, whether it's flying over or we actually use it. That'd be really cool. Next is the original mob crew. A lot of people want like the Weasel back and the original crew because they are so iconic, and personally one of my favorite crews as well. And last but not least, the last honorable mention is original side Easter eggs. We had like the blue skulls from Mob of the Dead, where you get the blundergat, the Richtofen's head, where that was supposedly supposed to be some sort of like specialist weapon, and other people said it was supposed to be the meat in Cell Block Grief. And last but not least, we had awesome music Easter eggs as well on Mob of the Dead. We had Where Are We Going, we had Rusty Cage, and we also had the Samantha jingle if you bled out in Afterlife mode at the start of the game. So overall, those are all the honorable mentions, and without further ado, let's get right into the number 1 spot. And coming in at the number 1 spot is probably no surprise to any of you guys, and that is the blundergat / acidgat / vitrolic withering / the sweeper. Now, those are 4 different types of the blundergat, and they were all so fun to use no matter what you're using. They're really fun and really, really cool weapons, and they're wonder weapons. They're amazing. So anyways, guys, I have a really cool idea for this. Now, I have no idea if this would actually happen, but it would be awesome. So they have some sort of heads that you have to fill with zombies, kind of like the Cerberus heads on Mob of the Dead. So you have to fill them with zombies, and once that's done, you get the blundergat. Now, it's going to act exactly like the bows on Der Eisendrache, where each one has a different elemental upgrade, and you have to upgrade all of them. And they could have like a fire upgrade, an ice upgrade, an acid upgrade that's maybe a little bit stronger than what we're used to, and maybe like a wind upgrade or something like that. And to me, that would be freaking amazing. Now, if you guys didn't know, they actually use the same animation for the vitrolic withering for the fire staff, only it was replaced with fire from the staff. If you guys didn't know, it like bursts out of the fire staff. So it'd be really, really cool to see that from a blundergat and have elemental upgrades of a blundergat. That would be so dang cool, and I would freaking love it, because that means we would get a different elemental upgrade every time we play. way you could get the one you like making or one that's harder to make. And I think that would make the game a lot more fun. Maybe you have to get kills in specific areas, or you have to do certain things with a tomahawk. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities, and that would be so fun in my opinion. So that'd be really, really cool. And maybe we'll get like a boss fight at the end of Blood of the Dead, and we would have to use the upgraded blundergats and all that stuff. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of that one. But overall, that is going to be the top 10 things that you guys said you wanted back on Twitter. If you think I left anything out, make sure to let me know down below, guys. But thank you so much for watching. My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.